Hey there, welcome back to the channel. I do appreciate you tuning in, and in this video we're going to be looking at whether or not something I said in my last video was truthful or complete horse pookie. And basically that is whether a small cheap USB tire inflator is actually worse than my favorite tire inflator, which is the Jayco. So what I did is I went on Amazon and bought the cheapest, well, one of the cheapest tire inflators I can find. In fact, my kind of criteria for this were finding the cheapest battery-powered tire inflator I could find. Cheap, small, battery-powered. And I decided I'll put it to the test to see whether or not it can actually beat a Jayco tire inflator, which is, like I said, my favorite tire inflator. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is DemonView. Hi there, welcome back to the channel. I do appreciate you tuning in. Now, in my last video, I have mentioned that people should be using a good quality tire inflator instead of some cheap tire inflator, as these will last longer, they'll perform better, and then will inflate the tire quickly. Now, in all fairness, I based that on what I'd seen in other YouTube videos, but I hadn't actually put it to the test myself, so I decided to be fair to everybody. I would actually purchase the second cheapest tire inflator I could off Amazon and put it head to head against my Jayco. Now, I will actually go through both tire inflators, tell you the advantages and disadvantages to both before I put them in the test. And what I will do for this test is I will deflate my tire to 25 psi and see how quickly I can inflate it to 35 psi using these tire inflators. So with that, let's look at the differences. Okay, so let's be clear, this is one of my favorite tire inflators ever. I actually have these in all my vehicles. I have multiple of these because they just work so well. They've never failed me. I've had cheaper tire inflators before and the seals went on them, which means they made a lot of noise, but they didn't inflate the tire, which is the basic task they were designed to do. So let's see what you get with a Jayco. One of the reasons this is my favorite is because it's a digital tire inflator. And not only that, it's got a built-in flashlight for safety. You can set your tire pressures here, and that light, you can actually have it on or to flash pulse, which is also safety. But one of the things I definitely like about this is, yes, you can plug it into your 12-volt socket like you can with most tire inflators, but you can also plug it into mains power. We actually have a mains power port here on the back, which makes it ideal for using in your home garage if you don't want to have to hook it up to your car battery, or if you need to top up your tires without starting up the engine and activating that 12-volt port. So yeah, you can just plug this into an extension cable, plug it into the wall, and inflate your tires that way. And that's why this is one of my favorite. It's just ideal all around, and they have never failed me yet. So yeah, my favorite tire inflator. I purchased this cheap Chinese one from Amazon. Now, this also has an advantage if it works. I don't know yet, I haven't used it. Number one, it's a very small compact unit. I mean, literally, this is the size of the tire inflator. It's also digital. You can set your tire pressures here. And yeah, this also has a built-in battery, which is kind of handy. I mean, in one way, let's say you had a power failure in your car, you need to inflate that tire. Well, built-in battery means you can inflate that tire. Problem is, it's not a jump starter, so even if you do inflate the tire, or if you had a battery problem, you're not going to be able to go anywhere. But let's say it was a blown fuse and this 12-volt port socket wasn't working on your car, well then, yep, this might indeed be the way to go. It also comes with a USB-C cable for charging. Small little tire inflator with a quick release on it. I do like quick releases. And then a variety of attachments, which the Jayco also comes with, but those are for inflating like bike tires or footballs, that type of thing. So yeah, this is actually pretty handy. I don't know how well it's going to perform, but we're going to find out today. I found that USB-C port on the bottom to be kind of a little iffy. I'd have to, when I plugged it into charge, I'd have to kind of like pull the cable up a little bit before it would start charging, and I had to, you know, put something under the cable to keep it in that position. So with that, let's deflate that tire down to 25 psi. Now, I do want to be fair and objective in this test, so I'm going to be looking for two things. Number one, whether or not the tire inflators work, and number two, how long they take. Now, one little advantage to the Jayco is that it actually will tell me what the tire pressure is the minute I hook this up and plug it in, and then I can just press this little button here on the top to release the tire pressure. And if you're going off-road or going over sand or stuff, that's an advantage because you want to be able to quickly adjust the air pressure in your tires, whether you're airing down or airing up, and get a proper reading of it. And That's why I like the Jayco. So with that, let's air down at 25 and see how it goes. Okay, so we're now about 25 PSI, and sorry about the noise, but tire inflators do get loud. So I will be kind of fast forwarding this bit so you don't have to listen to that for God knows how long, but I'm about to start my stopwatch so we can actually see how long this takes. So here we go. Okay, so there we go. For that to inflate from 25 PSI to 35 PSI took exactly 4 minutes and 1 second. So let's see how it compares to our other tire inflator. So this tire inflator, the air hose is much shorter, but it's a simple screw-in affair. I'll plonk this on and then I'll figure out how to work this, because just like most people out there, I did not read the instructions. Yeah, that's handy. I do actually like that it has a really blindingly bright light attached to it. So yeah, I'm going to give it a point for that, but I've set this now to 35 PSI. I'm going to hook it up and we'll see how long it takes. Okay, so my cheap battery tire inflator is currently reading 25 and it's shut off. Now, I'm not sure what that means. I mean, I did set it for 35. It says, like I said, 25 on it. When I hooked it up, it first said the pressure was already 25, and then it dropped down to 17.5 before inflating back up to 25. So I'm not sure what the heck is going on with this thing, but I'll unhook it and I'll check the tire pressures with the Jayco now. Okay, so I just checked the tire pressures with the Jayco, and yes, it actually says 36 on it, so that tire did inflate thanks to that tire inflator. However, the Jayco took 4 minutes 9 seconds to inflate. That one took 7 minutes 19 seconds to inflate. That's from 25 to 35 PSI. The cheap knockoff, as I'll call it, tire inflator, like I said, it gave me a nonsensical reading. I set it for 35 PSI, but yet it says 2.50 on the front. It did get to kind of like the proper pressure, but you know, I would actually prefer to see a reliable actual reading of the tire pressure like the Jayco gave me. It didn't do that. So what did we learn from all this? Yes, the cheaper one did work, but will it keep working? Is it reliable? It's got so many like little niggly bits on it that I wouldn't want to have to depend on it. The one thing I will take away from that is that you should always carry a plastic bag in the boot of your car, because you have to kneel down on wet ground. You don't want to be dirtying up your jeans. Carry a plastic bag. Oh, the other thing is that the Jayco is a far better tire inflator than the cheap knockoff ones you will see on Amazon. So yeah, if you want to have a tire inflator in your car that works in your shop just as well, get a Jayco. So, hope you enjoyed this video, hope it was worthwhile, and tune in next time. So a couple of people have asked me what videos will be coming next to the DemonView Drives channel. And well, here's a couple of things that I do want to work on. Spark plugs. Absolutely want to change the spark plugs in this thing now. Don't get me wrong, they've actually already been done. However, I didn't do it myself. I did assist, but I actually want to show people that if I can change spark plugs, anyone can change spark plugs. So that includes changing them, gapping them, and then actually probably replacing the coils as well. And I will go through that in a video and show you exactly what I did. Another thing I want to do, if we just step back here, is there's a slight bit of body work I'd love to do. This, I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's a bullet hole, I reckon. Considering where this car actually came from, it wouldn't surprise me. Now, it looks like they possibly put in some sort of filler material here and just painted over it. That doesn't look great. I would actually like to learn how to fix that. So I'll be doing a slight bit of body work if I can. Another thing is, these are fairly new tires, fairly dirty, but fairly new tires, and there's a screw in there, and that's resulted in a slow puncture. And I don't want to put Fix-A-Flat in there, mainly because I've already put Fix-A-Flat in there, but I actually do want to show one of those tire plugs being used. It looks like it should be a simple process, so I will be doing that, and I'll be demonstrating it live on camera to see whether or not it works. I'll be cleaning the car. This car could do with a clean. I'm not going to do it right now because it's filthy wet weather and that would just result in a lot of mud. I don't want to do it now, but yeah, in the summertime when it is much drier out, I'll be cleaning this car inside and out. Another thing is this car actually did have a subwoofer in there at one stage. Not sure what happened to it. I presume it got removed at one stage. But the speakers that are in there are absolutely terrible. So I'll be taking out the speakers that are in there and replacing them with better speakers. Now, there's no tow package on this car at all whatsoever. I would like to actually install a tow package. And that's actually a bolt-on accessory, so it can be done, and I will be doing that. It's just a bit of an investment to actually get that stuff. I want to put a nice big winch on here with a proper winch bumper as well. And then finally, put a lift on this and put some more chunkier tires on this to get it fully off-road looking. Now, that's probably not something I can do myself, but hopefully I'll work with a local garage to actually get a lift kit installed and larger tires, and we'll see how that goes. So that's all coming on DemonView Drives, and I hope you enjoy.